Yo, what's cracking, peeps? Happy Friday night. T-Money up in the heezy. Hope everybody's doing well. Had a good week. I'm really excited to bring you guys a sweet lot of movies that I guess I got in over the last couple days. So yeah, I've opened everything up just because I feel like it saves a lot of time rather than watching me struggle. I've said that before, but I actually did it this time. But basically what I have here is packages, a bunch of stuff from Diabolic DVD, and a couple other things I got in the mail over the last couple days. So let's just jump right in because there's quite a few titles here. So Twilight Time occasionally has sales, as you guys may or may not know. Their titles are really expensive, so if I can get a Twilight Time Blu-ray for 15 bucks, I'll do that. And a lot of times the cool thing that they do is they wait to have the sale when the quantities are running low. So it's a good opportunity to buy a movie that is about to be out of print for a cheaper price before it's gone, and then you pay jack prices. So sometimes I wait for those emails and I splurge, but they're really expensive always, so no matter what. So I just got a few titles from them. So I got Dr. Dolittle, which is the original Dr. Dolittle, not to be confused with the remake, I think with Eddie Murphy. Or it's been a while since I've seen that film, but I've never seen this film. So yeah, comedy, I guess, from the 70s, 60s, late 60s, limited to 3,000 units. So the original Dr. Dolittle. I didn't even know that movie was the original. So then I got the classic story of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Very excited for this as well. I used to I read this book in middle school and I loved it so much. So really excited to revisit the feature film, as it's been a long time. I love that story, so it's good. Great adventure. And Bedazzled is the last film I got from Twilight Time. Never seen this movie, but sounds awesome. Stoked on it. So yeah, Stanley Donen's Bedazzled. Who plays Peter Cook? No, directed by... No, Peter Cook. Yeah, he's the actor. Stanley Donen. I just said that. Yeah, cool. So I'm stoked on this one. It's kind of like I think like I don't even know how to describe it. Some dude sells his soul to the devil, and then he has wishes, 7 wishes, and bad shit happens. So I don't know. It's not really a horror film, but it's got horror elements. That's why I was interested in it, of course. So I'm stoked on that one. Then I got... So those are my 3 Twilight Times. And this is just a mishmash of stuff that I got in the mail and from Diabolic. I just kind of combined it all. So I grabbed, as I showed you guys yesterday, and let me know what you guys thought of that video I did. Class of 1984 from 101 Films. Really nice release, Region B locked, but great film. So yeah, I really like these releases too, these box sets. I already showed you guys what's in this, so check that video out if you want to see it more. But it's basically just a nice booklet and a box, kind of similar to an Arrow release, a little bit thinner, but still very nice. So awesome. And then I grabbed Cannibal Terror from 88 Films. Actually, I haven't opened this one up, but if you guys like your jungle cannibal movies, exploitative or exploitation, this is a video nasty. So not one to miss for sure. I don't think it's as good as the Ferox and Holocaust, but still good. Severin also put this movie out as well, so you can grab that if you're in the U.S. This is all region though, so that's dope. So yeah, slipcover, and then 1 disc, reversible artwork, not cover artwork, which is whatever, But yeah, so it's cool. I was kind of bummed because I ordered the original, I think Green Inferno or Green Inferno 2 or something like that they put out. They're putting out on Blu-ray, and it shipped the same day as this, so I don't know why they didn't come together, but they didn't, and I got this 2 days ago, and I still haven't gotten the other movie, so I don't know what's up with that, but I would have liked to have shown them in the same update, but I'll show you guys that when I get it. And then we got, let's see, a couple Kinos here. I don't know anything about this movie except the title sounded really familiar. Oh, that's a good movie. Like, whoa, The Iceman Cometh. I've definitely heard that name and associated it with something good, I guess you could say, previously. So Yeah, I don't know. Apparently an amazing performance from Lee Marvin. It's kind of weird. I read up on this movie. I don't really know what to... There's a lot of movies in this hall that aren't quite horror. They're more like drama, thriller, suspense. There's a lot of like softer stuff, I guess, in this update, you could say. But basically, these like drunks or whatever get visited by this dude that they praise at this bar annually, and he's like on a mission of sobriety, and I don't know, conflicts arise. I'm not sure. They say it's an experimental film, so I don't know. That's the best I could give you for this one. But directed by John Frankenheimer, which is awesome. So, yeah. It's from 1973. Early performance from Jeff Bridges as well. So, then we have another one in the Clint Eastwood trilogy. The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, the second one in the series, so I'm stoked to check this one out for a few dollars more. I don't think I own this on any other release, so new one from Kino. You get reversible cover artwork, I believe, sort of. It's cool artwork. I love these like westerns that Kino puts out. I love the cover artwork is always super rad and intriguing, and for a few dollars more, the second motion picture of its kind. I'm stoked. Sergio Leone. Or is it Leone? If I'm pronouncing it like a dumbass, always, let me know that, please. But it's, of course, starring the great. So, awesome. Then we have another one from Kino, The Minion. This just sounded awesome. 80s fucking... I don't even know. They say it's like The Mummy, but it's like cheesy, not sci-fi, but this badass, played by the great Dolph Lundgren, is summoned to go on this fucking adventure for this key, or else evil of the world will break loose type deal, you know. So rad from the 80s, I believe. 1998, I'm wrong. The late 90s, but still, fucking, it's like an 80s action flick from the late 90s. So awesome. And then we have another one in the vein of that from 1994. We have Showdown. Never seen this movie either, but basically like a martial arts movie. Billy Blanks. Keith Scott. What was Billy Blanks in? He was in another big action movie. But yeah, so Christine Taylor's in this. Wow, Hometown Video. I don't know why they make this so vintage. I guess, I don't know. I guess it works. Martial arts. But I don't really associate martial arts with like 80s VHS artwork. I don't know. But anyways, cool. It's got a slipcover, obviously. Chock full of special features. So if you guys are into like martial arts films with like, you know, cliche actors. It's really tightly. Oh, nice, and you get a poster as well. So I think they usually do that, but it's funny that they just give you shitty, like, little white disc. They could do a little better than that, considering they're giving you everything else, but... yeah, that's Showdown. Alright, let's see. Now, let's get into... Let's go with some other weird ones. Here's another Western film starring Martin Sheen. This sounds actually, and Harvey Keitel. Sounds amazing. Never heard of this movie. Sorry about the glare, the smoke, or whatever. The fucking, you know what I mean. Fuzziness. Anthony Harvey directs this movie. It's a lyrical Western set among the savage landscape of canyons and plains of New Mexico, starring Martin Sheen. Awesome. Basically, these two dudes, I don't know why I'm giving you guys plot synopsis of everything, but this sounds awesome. Just like really scenic, and it's like a survivor movie basically. So I'm stoked. Eagle's Wing. Sounds badass. Western. And then we have another kind of like a drama film, Stranger in the House. Never seen this movie, but this is an amazing release from BFI. 2 discs? No, 1 disc. Just 1 disc and 1 huge booklet. BFI is like a really nice company. It's basically like the UK, or what do you like the UK's Criterion, I guess you could say. Stranger in the House. It really is. Dual format edition, so I guess it is Blu-ray. Yeah, it is. Blu-ray DVD combo pack, swing tray. Dummy looking on the other side, and there it was the whole time. But this movie sounds kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know. It's a drama, basically. This dude gets wrongly accused of murder, and his father-in-law, I think, has to who's like a recluse alcoholic, has to defend him, something like that. So very BFI, artsy, I'm sure. Quite a good, elegant film from the UK. No, I don't know. It's British though. It's from 1967. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. Stranger in the House. If any of you guys have seen any of these movies, especially like the more like artsy, fartsy, non-horror ones, let me know your thoughts. And then we have Psych 59, another one. Actually, I think this movie, this synopsis on this movie, it stars Samantha Eggar, which is awesome. But this movie just kind of sounds boring, to be honest. I just picked it up because it's fucking Indicator. And honestly, the cover looked cool. So, yeah, I do that sometimes. But, yeah, I don't know. This woman goes blind. And, some shit goes down. Her husband's sister moves into the home with them, and then, like, you know, she's, like, sexy and flirtatious and that sort of thing, and then there's a, I don't know, there's a reason behind this woman, the way she turned out that she did. We'll just say that, considering I haven't seen the movie, but cool, Indicator. And then I'm really, really stoked for this one, Rampant. And the cool thing about this release is this is exactly the same material as Haunted Hospital that I showed you guys the other day. So this is just badass. It's from the producers or the people behind Train to Busan, and it's basically just about this. It's like a new age take on the zombie film where these creatures are running rampant among this Korean country or whatever, and this dude kind of, I think he was in prison or something, and he comes back and he's got to save the day and fight these zombie-like night creatures, demonic creatures. So it sounds like a lot of fun. And you can see on the back there, like, looks like a zombified chick or whatever. So I'm stoked, but it's weird. This material is like the exact same as the Haunted Hospital release I showed you. So I think that must have been a Well Go USA release as well, because it feels the same. And then it's got that like glossy strip on the back, just like the Haunted Hospital. It's the first thing I noticed when I picked that release up. All right, now we have a bunch of arrows. But before I get into the arrows, well, I have 4. I wanted to show you guys this. I'm really, really excited for this movie, The Witches. Don't know if I've seen it or not, but it's Joan Fontaine, 1960s, just awesome. Just the setting and everything. I'm stoked, and it's kind of, the impression that I got from this movie is that it's kind of almost like Suspiria in a weird way. This woman moves to this town. She's a teacher, and things are not as they seem. And I think it obviously involves witchcraft and something cool. I don't think I've seen it, but I'm stoked. Anything from the 60s, Hammer, fucking, that has witch in the title, or deals with that theme, I'm down with. I think it's from, yeah, smack dab 1965. So I'm stoked for this one. Definitely a title that I saw on Scream Factory's roster a while ago and knew I had to have it. So, also known as The Devil's Own, apparently. So, awesome new one from Scream. And now we'll get into the arrows. I have 4 arrow titles here. I have Phantom Lady, which is more of a film noir. It's actually directed by Robert Siodmak, who's like, I guess, very infamous and among the best film noir directors, but sounded really good to me. Basically, this dude's on the pursuit of the Phantom Lady, who may or may not have had something to do with his wife dying, I think. I don't know, but awesome. Love me some old school 40s noir. 1944. Alright, and then we have this movie I'm super stoked for, Climax. I've heard a lot of people talking about this one recently. Really, really nice release. You've got your slipcover, your arrow style slipcover, your reversible cover artwork, your booklet, and your nice forbidden photos of a lady above suspicion. So I can put that in my forbidden photos of a lady above suspicion movie, the Jake Hart. I love doing that. But there's your booklet. Really cool. This movie sounds awesome. If you haven't seen it, look into it for sure. Chock full of special features. Go ahead and pause that if you guys are interested. I'm tired of reading synopsises or paraphrasing synopsises for you guys for films I haven't seen. Not gonna lie, but this movie sounded awesome, batshit insane. So, Climax. baby. It reminded me of the, what is it, the Belko Experiment or something like that? Something like one of those type movies where a bunch of people are pitted against each other. They take this drug. So I'm psyched for that one. And then we end with two classics. A more modern day classic in my opinion, and then the classic Giallo, sleazy ass Giallo film, Strip Nude for Your Killer. The sex scenes in this movie are sleazy as hell. This is awesome if you haven't seen it. Motorcycle Killer. You cannot go wrong. One of my favorite Giallos. Who put this out? Did Shameless put this out? Somebody put this movie out. I know that. Blue Underground, maybe? I don't know. I have it on Blu-ray. But this is the Arrow version, so I had to grab it. They could have done a slip for this guy, I think. It's awesome. Arrow coming out with some sleazy Giallos recently. And last but certainly not least, I am so excited for this. I didn't think Arrow would ever release a movie like this. Well, maybe, because they did like Blood Rage and The Mutilator and stuff. But this is a more modern, seldom seen slasher movie that I was turned on to by Mood616. I will shout him out because he turned me on to the movie. Kink in my neck. From watching one of his videos a while ago. I bought the DVD. And it's awesome. If you guys haven't seen this movie, it's a very slept-on, slasher-like movie from the 90s, and it's super dope. Got a little slow snow-themed setting as well, and it's just a lot of fun. Kolobos, however you pronounce it. I love this movie. So, really excited that they put this out. You got some reversible cover artwork, neither of which I think are on the DVD release, but that's cool that they give you two. The DVD's got this really weird, like, metallic thing going on for the cover. But this movie is great if you guys haven't seen it. It says The Real World Meets Saw by way of Suspiria in the super smart, super gory, and sadly super overlooked late 90s horror film. Yeah, so I'll read you guys a synopsis because it's fucking dope. A group of youngsters arrive at a snow-covered house under the guise of I don't know that word. I've seen it before, of participating in a groundbreaking new experimental film. But when the entire property fitted out with cameras to capture their every move, but with the entire, what initially promises to be a fun foray into reality TV stardom soon turns into a fight for survival as the youngsters find themselves trapped and at the mercy of a deadly faceless killer and booby traps. Yes, the great Faceless Killer. Good movie. Check it out. A lot of fun. Chock full of features, director approved. This is so cool that they gave this movie the treatment, the Arrow treatment, because it's definitely one that deserves it and one that you would not think would get it. But there are still so many 90s movies that need it, like Cemetery Gates. There's just a lot of really good ones out there. So anyway, guys, thanks. I'm going to wrap that up. See, it goes by so much faster. I think it's so much smoother when I have everything opened up, honestly. I got to just start doing that. But, yeah, thanks for watching the video, as always, and I will talk to you guys soon with a new update. My man, Jarrett, if you watch this, I promise you very, very soon I will do my Scream Factory collection overview. It's just the movies are everywhere, and honestly, I keep wanting to save it for a new release that I want that's coming out, just to have like the complete up-to-date thing. But you guys will get that video soon. Jarrett really wants me to do it, so I will do it for sure. I did it not that long ago, but I feel like now would be pretty soon would be a good time to do it again. So I will do that soon if you're watching. All right, guys, thanks. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend. Peace.